Hi, welcome to the Ethical Issues in Dentistry mini-series. My name is Clarissa Burquez. I'm ASDA's Ethics Chair, and I'm sitting here with our very own Dr. Stevenson. He serves as Western University's Ethics Chair. Dr. Stevenson, can you please let us know how you started as a dentist or got into the field of dentistry, and how you became Western U's Ethics Chair?
Sure, it's a long story. Well, originally I was interested in architecture, and I had an uncle that encouraged me, and then I took drafting in high school and hated it. And I had the good sense as a high school freshman to realize I wouldn't make it as an architect if I hated drafting. And we took one of those quizzes where they tell you what you're well suited for. One of our social studies classes, and I scored real high on physician and dentist. And I had a friend who had a physician father, and he was constantly being paged in church and having to leave. And I thought, that's not for me.
Being on call.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the more I looked at dentistry, the more appealing it was. When I broke the news to my uncle, he said, "I'm glad you came to your senses." But the more I looked at dentistry, the more passion I felt for it. And as far as becoming the ethics person at Western, when we first opened, we had a dean who had a law degree, and he was going to teach the ethics courses. And he left us before we could start, and as everything was being reconfigured and restructured during the interim time, people said, well, we need to have a new person in charge of ethics, and the whole faculty, which was about 15 of us at the time, kind of looked at me and said, "He's the one."
And you've always had a passion for ethics, am I correct?
Since dental school. I've only had the one course in ethics, no formal training, but the course, my fourth year in dental school, really captured my imagination and kept me interested.
Could you please tell us about an ethical issue you faced as a dentist while out in practice?
Yeah, those are times where you're really glad you're wearing a mask just to hide your initial facial expression. And you feel that kind of a sick feeling in the pit of your stomach when that happens. And honestly, that feeling doesn't go away. When something doesn't go well, you're going to feel that all the time.
Last but not least, do you have any advice for your Western University students as they graduate and begin their career in dentistry?
The best advice I could give is to make the decision now, if you haven't already, to practice ethically, to pay attention to the ethical principles and commit to do your best to live by them. Because if you make that commitment now, then when you come to those difficult moments that require the courage, you're not trying to decide what to do. You can focus all your energy on summoning up the courage to do what's right, what you know you need to do.
Dr. Stevenson, thank you once again for joining us. Stay tuned for the next interview.